Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet.
And this is Martin. Welcome, everyone.
Yay, welcome back.
Yeah, it's been good to be back.
Oh, it's so great. We have
nice,
cheers.
Cheers. It was a very nice Thanksgiving holiday.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm still thankful. I'm still grateful.
Cheers, cheers.
To everything and everyone. Woo.
So we have a special guest in this afternoon.
Can you
A little
introduce her?
Mickey D, but not what you're thinking.
I'm not a mouse, Mikey D. I don't have big ears. I mean, unless
That's right.
you see them under the hair.
So Mikey, welcome, and
Yeah.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming and joining us.
And she's all sustainable, and we'll be talking about the entire show. She's got so much she's doing. And where are the grapefruits you're supposed to bring out?
Rushing out for our lunch meeting.
That's right.
I forgot them, but next time for sure.
All right, so how did you two meet?
It's such a
It's a fun story.
it's really a cool way because
Yeah.
that's the way to be. You know, if you're sending vibes out with smiles, if you're smiling and laughing and being happy, what do you attract?
Mm-hmm. More people like that.
More people like that.
All right, so you guys were somewhere and someone was laughing.
Yeah.
That's what I got so far.
Yeah, well, you have to know, what's the restaurant name?
Well, let's not say. I don't want people to know where I hang out.
Oh, that's true
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
It was at Mickey D's. It was at McDonald's.
yeah.
With a story.
Well,
you,
let's call
Chet.
it 32nd and Lincoln.
Oh my gosh, it wasn't there. Oh, that's good. Wait,
Oh, that McDonald's.
Oh, that
Yeah.
That's good. Wait,
McDonald's, yeah.
that was Indian school, you
Like
mean?
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So I had an appointment, and usually I go in for like a quick cocktail, like either before or after my appointment. And
She can do that and drive her car because she's got a DUI husband. An attorney.
Yes, I do have.
That's a good message to spread.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Some
really
drunk
drive.
driving is okay.
No, she doesn't drink and drive,
It's-
really.
it's-
Just a sip.
Seriously, yeah, you can have a couple cocktails. I mean, the tolerance level is different for everybody.
Yes.
Your weight, your body mass. You know, you can have a couple drinks. You can have a meal, an appetizer. You were feasting on soup, which looked really good, and
Yes.
we just started chatting. But it was funny because everybody around us thought we were like best friends and knew each other. Like,
And you guys were just sitting next to
we were
each
just
other?
sitting next to each other at the bar, like having conversations, talking about food, talking about this and that, you know, and like, oh, what do you do? Where are you at? You
And
know,
everybody was trying
Your
to talk to us.
hairstyles are so similar. You look like it could be long lost sisters, maybe.
I
That's
thought about
yeah.
that too,
Yeah.
where
We're
we
sisters.
look a little bit like,
Yeah, your sisters.
It was
yeah.
easy to find you in the restaurant today.
Yes. Well, I said gorgeous and blonde.
Oh,
Long
thank
hair.
you.
easy.
Yeah,
very
very
easy.
long hair. Yes.
yeah.
And just so you know, she used to do stand up live. So she's a comedian too.
That's not what it's called. Stand up live.
It
That's a
wasn't. It
venue.
wasn't that.
As
It
opposed to
wasn't that.
stand-up
And
dance.
the best I got was like some good booby prizes, like you know, a free meat pass or something, like to the
Free-
meat market.
Free
Like,
bacon.
exactly. You know, at the chop shop or something. Like,
No,
it
no,
wasn't-
seriously, she's a comedian. She.
I used to do stand up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
stand-up
cool.
live.
Actual like stand up.
What's stand up live? That's the same thing.
It's a venue.
Yeah, that's a venue.
She used to do stand up
Comedy.
Comedy.
Comedy
Yeah.
live. That's different than stand up live.
Well, and I really was just fascinated by your aura and your passion and your gardening and how you're very into cooking. And she started showing me all these pictures of her garden and, you know, the fact she's so sustainable. She cooks and picks everything from her, you know, the garden. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you live out in the east side. You have a pretty good size tract of land where you have an orchard with 9 fruit and citrus trees.
Yep.
And then you have a garden as well.
Yeah, and then I have
And
a
a
pool.
grapefruit tree that's the sweetest one.
Yes, it should like win competitions, but I don't know if there's one I can enlist in. I mean,
What kind of
I've just been
grapefruit
known.
is it
It's
called?
It's called Oro Blanco, so it's all
Mhm.
white.
White gold.
It sometimes, yeah, and then they also sometimes call it like the moon fruit too. Like if you go to certain farmers market and you see the
Moon
ones,
fruit?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're not gonna be as sweet because they're not my tree.
Right.
But I mean, we ship them. We ship them to my in-laws. We ship them to like, you know, kind of our family, friends, and favorites. I mean, they're pretty heavy. You saw how thick the rinds are,
yeah.
so they weather the storm and everything, and they don't get like inhabited by any like bugs, like leafy-footed bugs or anything like that, which you know sometimes can happen. There's a lot of agriculture out in Gilbert.
Oh,
They
yeah.
kind of got rid of a ton of it over the years, just building up where we were. Like I thought I was too far east, but I'll never be west side. I've always lived like in the valley, like Tempe, South Scottsdale, you know, some
On
of
the outskirts.
Yeah.
So
I'm
are
not
these
going far.
grapefruits? Is the tree thriving right now? Like
Yeah, no, it's a completely mature tree. It's all ready to go. Like this is the season right now where we start picking them off. And I think my daughter has had like 3 in one sitting before, but I have to kind of stop because you don't need that much citric acid. You know,
Right,
you might
yeah.
get a tummy ache after a while because it's naturally sweet. But then there's also the citrus. You know, it's like okay, that can definitely.
Okay, so we want a
kick
box. We're ordering a box right now.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Well,
tomorrow.
I bet the juice is just amazing.
It's really, really good. So my lemonade is actually 2 lemons and half of a white grapefruit,
Oh, okay.
a half a cup of sugar, and 4 cups of water. Like that's my magic sauce. I mean, add vodka as necessary, but you know, or tequila, whatever your choice is. It's really good. It's real natural. You know, we don't use pesticides in our backyard. We do use
Very
Super Fresh.
sustainable.
Yeah. There is like a stinky bottle of Super Thrive. It's like some old man made it. They sell it at Home Depot, and you just like put it at the base of it, and then you can put citrus feed down. But we're not spraying our trees with anything. You know, we prune them ourselves, that kind of stuff.
Well, I know everybody's trying to improve their immune system right now because it's the winter time, and one of the best ways you can do that is by eating natural vitamin C. Citrus is probably the best source of that. So.
Weren't you saying something about the
100%.
strawberry guavas have more
So it says
vitamin
4
C?
times, but that's our August fruit. And
Okay,
it's gone.
that's August.
It's
Well,
gone.
Chet just gave that tip, but I want to give the tip that actually my sister does. It's so smart. She has like the clearest skin on like her arms and her legs.
Is it lemon water?
Before,
What's
after,
wrong with the skin on her face?
well, it looks good on her face too, but like people get like splotches on their arms and legs, and you can't just put like lemon right on your face. You just can't. But what she does is, that's funny. Before you take a shower, she takes, after juicing a lemon or a grapefruit or eating or whatever, she takes the rest of it, the
peel.
skin, yeah, the peel, and she just
Like a toner.
yeah, she massages it on her arms, her legs, her chest, and everything. And she has like no, you know, you get like freckles,
Blemishes.
like sunspots,
Right,
sunspots, and all that.
interesting.
Yeah, and it's very anti-aging. I mean, you can go buy vitamin C creams, but why not just put vitamin C before
Right there.
It's so smart.
Yeah, it is. That's very smart.
Especially you're gonna throw it away. You might as well. It's a great tip.
Well, I've been trying to juice and just like put them in ice cubes too, because you can cook it, use it for cooking. Especially when like we start stripping the trees around like April and May.
You have a lot of
May.
juice, right?
There's like, okay, we can't use all this. Like, let's.
What about
freeze it.
limoncello?
You know, there's only one place that I like their limoncello in the entire state, and that's Arrivederci's, and that's the Chandler one, not the Scottsdale
Not the
one.
Scottsdale one.
Not the
What's it called?
Arrivederci's.
Oh,
It's
I
an
don't know.
Italian restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Where's the second location?
In Scottsdale somewhere.
But if you don't like
Max,
most of them,
I like the one Max owns, if he still owns it. I haven't been there in a while.
But if you've got lemon trees, you can make that.
Yeah, but it's not something that like I particularly like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not my.
It's a little sweet.
So do you like
Yeah.
freeze a lot of stuff, can a lot of stuff?
We don't can anything. We freeze. I donate. We used to have some really good friends that owned Pig and Pickle. I don't know if you guys remember that place. It was right on Hayden Thomas.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would bring them like, you know, the industrial diaper boxes.
Yeah, yeah,
Those things
yeah.
that can hold
The
like
Pig and
500.
Pickle.
Like I would literally take like hundreds of lemons and grapefruits there. This is pre-COVID, obviously.
Right.
When people would accept donations like that, you know, you still have to wash it and everything like that. But yeah, we would give to, even we have a sushi restaurant. I won't name drop them because they still exist, and that the cost of everything's so expensive. Like, you
Well,
know,
it makes a big
but-
difference if they get a donation of a whole couple
Yes.
boxes full of something.
Yeah, in
Geez,
exchange for
anyway.
a small bottle of cold sake.
There you go.
Not that I ever like want anything in return.
But it doesn't hurt.
But they're Korean, and they have this like weird thing about like they have to like return.
Oh,
their
do they do
favor almost.
soju or do they do sake? If they're Korean.
Oh, good question.
Oh,
So
there you go.
So soju
I know-
is one of my favorite things.
I know they're definitely Korean because I remember my buddy at PayPal helped me write a birthday card for them for like their or like a baby card or something like that. And I remember it was like a congratulatory thing, and I was like, let's go ahead and like, you know, write it in that language. And they were just like so hard taken back by it, you know. And this is like some of the best and unique places are like these small mom and pop, like
Home
very,
Noir.
you
Yes.
know, you can find some
Not a
really
chain.
good,
Yeah.
nuggets like that. Like I'm not going to Raw, you know.
But you know, supporting local, supporting
is.
your little local place,
Yep,
that
makes
is
a
being,
huge
Yeah.
difference.
that's saving the planet.
One
Yes.
show at a time.
Time. That is. That right? It really is. And people don't know that you can really find the best food at these little spots.
Oh,
These
yeah.
little local spots with these great chefs.
Well, they have to have amazing food. They have to draw
yeah.
the foodies in versus, you know, an Applebee's or a Raw or, you know, these huge corporate things, which do fine. I'm not anything against them. But it's
like
the
Beckett's
local.
Table. Have you been there?
No. Mm-mm.
Yep.
Beckett's Table.
Yep. Lots
I
of.
thought you don't want to shout out the places you like to go.
Well, that one's far enough away that I didn't go there. Thank you.
As much.
Thank you. As much. Well, I can't drive there
Mm.
often because, you know, I usually Uber and it's too far. So
that's
Beckett's
a
Table,
smart
you
move.
can go there.
Smart move to Uber.
So, Mikey, we had lunch earlier, and you talked a little bit about kind of your sustainability, you know, what you do. You do a lot for your kids.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Like what?
The nonprofits that
Yeah,
you're
the
doing.
nonprofits.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. So as kids, as everybody knows, kids grow really fast, and
Mhm.
I come from the youngest of 10, so like I've always had hand-me-downs, and it was like most of the time it was dirty clothes, but you know, it was kind of out of rotation. You know, 4 girls, 5 boys, then me. So it's like I'm wearing boys' clothes, but in my kind of upbringing, like we were middle class, still, you know, surviving and thriving in a sense. With my daughters, like I donate their stuff. Like I feel it's more powerful to like see that and be the change that you can see. So you can actually like go to places and be involved in volunteerism and stuff like that. Like it goes farther. Like my time is money anyways. Like you can see me on the phone like doing deals, you know, because that's my tiny computer everywhere I go. But to stand in, you know, an actual like, you know, food bank or, you know, a general store that they have that's purely, you know, built off of donations, it's definitely like a reflective of like, you know, your true empathy and like you're being like a true person of like, you know, being able to see people, you know, and a lot of them
It's hands-on.
Yeah, and a lot of them couldn't speak a lot of English either. So there was that barrier because I'm not bilingual, but at the same time, like I could understand them to a point.
Sure.
You know, for what they were looking for, what they needed, you know, if they needed like a certain size of shoe or something like that. And this one organization, Nourish Phoenix, they've been around for 40 years. So
What is it called?
Nourish Phoenix.
Nourish.
Yeah, like you're going to nourish the
Phoenix.
soul, you're going to nourish your body. And
So
food is
helping
medicine. Food is medicine. So
Okay.
you are what you eat. You know, if you intake bad stuff and toxicity, that's what outcome are you going to get? You know, eczema and ulcers and all those types of things. But
Lose your eyesight.
absolutely.
Too much sugar.
Too much sugar. Yeah. So their food bank is mostly supplied by St. Mary's.
Cheers
So
to
it's a
that.
pantry.
Fire.
He's talking. Or she's talking.
The pantry, you know, so people get to go to the pantry once a week, and then they get to shop in the actual store like once a month, you know, and then each individual in their family gets like 3 items. So it could be like pajamas, toys, you know, all that stuff. So
Where
I
is
actually,
it located?
it's on Grant and 9th.
And why
Okay.
are you guys paying attention? Chad, are you paying attention to the fact that it's hands-on? So when she goes there and brings her stuff, she sees the kids that are you explain.
Yeah.
She sees the kids that are grabbing her stuff.
Well, you definitely have to volunteer. You have to sign up to volunteer there, but you can always donate there. Like they do have a bin that you can donate to if you don't want to like see that real time, because they do manage like 200 to 300 people in a very short time frame. So people are coming in constantly. So you're moving around. You're taking more inventory from like the donation intake where people are sorting things. That's why it's like anything you donate needs to be in like a boxer bag. They don't want like free hanging stuff, whatever. They even take like small appliances. I think I gave them a microwave, you know, like an old toaster. That the biggest thing that they needed when I was there was linens. So the next time I went to my house, I was like, we're getting all rid of these linens. We're getting all rid of these towels, you know, because like they need some of those essentials. And so they're lining up outside and they come
But
in
she
and they
sees
get
the
them.
people that are
Yeah, it
grabbing
sounds
these
very
things.
satisfying because you're literally getting to watch it happen in real time.
And we're not going to divulge the other place that you can donate to because it's not nonprofit. And all the CEOs are making a lot of money. In fact, we looked up how much some of these CEOs are making. But this place, there's none of that. So keep going.
Well, similar to the restaurants, right? It's the small nonprofits that are really doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Or even just transferring over like all of the donation, like anything, you know, if it's time, you know, people are donating money, you don't really know like how much of that dollar is actually getting like to the individuals that need it the most. If it's a product, you can kind of see where it's going real time in one of these situations, because there's a lot of places here that are helping out people. You know, they'll take entire furniture sets, you know, they'll take all kinds of things just to be able to house people in Section 8, you know, to be able to find them some kind of living. The other one is the Phoenix Dream Center, and that one focuses more so on victims.
Phoenix Dream Center. Okay.
And that one focuses more on human trafficking and those victims, and finding them housing and supplies. So the other one is like a more all-encompassing, like any migrants, any people that are living on the streets, anybody in this Phoenix area that are coming, or even that know of it, because they can come from all over the valley. They don't have to.
Basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or almost homeless.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I even saw, you know, a couple people on, you know, motorized scooters with dogs. You know, they were on like little, not Vespas, what are they called?
The little electric scooters.
Little electric, yeah. You know, like, I mean, obviously, like they are paraplegic, and so they're on a scooter and they're riding in there, and they've got their dog, and they're, you know, just shopping. Like maybe they need a blanket, or maybe they need a sweater because it's getting cold outside now.
Right.
You know, like I said, pillows. They were asking for a lot of stuff. There was like nothing.
And everything's free for them.
Everything's free for them. They're basically regulated and limited by like how often they can go and like how many items per family member they have. So if there's a family of 8, you're getting 24 items.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're immediately getting 3 items, and then you add on the couple pairs of shoes. So yeah, donating.
And the
all that
second was called Dream.
The Phoenix Dream Center.
And that helps
human trafficking victims that have basically come into that system. And that one hasn't been around as long. It's only been around 21 years versus the 40. But that one is a huge focus with what you see what's going on in today. You know, there's more and more of it, because when you have more migrants, you have more people that are going to get trafficked in that situation. They're going to be like fall victim to certain circumstance, you know, just traveling and not having any means and trying to get somewhere and you know, being fooled or, you know, coyoted or something, you know, in a situation. So, and there's definitely a lot of those victims here, I think, as a border state. So
well, we're a transitional state anyway. I mean, there's very few natives here. Most people have come from somewhere else. They're transplants.
Melting pot. I mean, what's appropriate to say now?
Yeah.
You know?
Melting pot's good.
Yeah. You have to be careful about that too, about how you say things. But I think.
So how does somebody like Chet get involved?
They have websites, you know, it's really just like what you're passionate about. Like if you want to volunteer, you know, if you have stuff that like you don't want to sell or you don't think it'll sell, because that's another thing too. I mean, I'm not going to shame anybody for getting on, you know, Facebook Marketplace or something and selling their stuff, you know, like I've just never really been good at that. I forget they're coming over my house, and then I'm like, who's at the doorbell? I'm kind of scared. I'm like, oh my God, somebody's at my house, and like, and then you have to transaction with somebody at your house too. It's like, can you meet somewhere? And it's really dodgy. I'd much rather just donate it. Like
I agree.
Yeah, I don't need to make the money. We've been pretty well off. Like we're not like super affluent or anything, but we've made some really good financial decisions in our life. I mean, it's not to say that I didn't make mistakes longer ago, but I've recovered from those and made better decisions, you know, and, you know, definitely set myself up. But it's just really, you know, what you're interested in, and then finding those nuggets. Because I mean, there's Boys and Girls Club. There's all kinds of places. Right. There's, you know, the Big
So I want to go
situation.
through my whole, all my clothes, my closets.
Yeah.
And see what I can donate, and then maybe we can make a trip with you.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. Yeah.
Does that sound good? Do you have anything you can donate?
Yeah, I'm always trying to, you know, reduce my closet and get rid of stuff that I'm not going to use, because hopefully someone else will use it.
Exactly.
Because every piece of clothing has a limited lifespan. Might as well get it into someone's hands that is actually going to appreciate it.
Yeah, or the less is more. I mean, there's some stuff that was really dusty. You know that closet smell when it's been like shoved in the back? there's so many miss me jeans. Like,
Exactly.
I need to take those out of
Once
there.
something has gone into the I'm not going to wear this anymore category, why are you keeping it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's,
It
you're
makes
literally
no
taking up
sense.
space
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
Either give it to a friend or donate it to a place like
No. So they're definitely
Nourish
gonna.
is what it was called?
Yeah,
Okay,
Nourish
cool.
Phoenix. Yep.
Nourish Phoenix.
Yeah, it's
And
really
then-
not far from here. It's like,
Why can't I remember the other name? Dream. Let's see if you know. Dream what?
I don't know.
Dream what?
Phoenix Dream Center.
Phoenix.
Phoenix Dream Center.
I think she remembered it for sure.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying I didn't remember it. I said I couldn't remember what it's called. Well, I have a washer and dryer that works perfectly. That's
On its last leg or something too.
no,
Okay.
no.
just
I
works.
wanted a stackable one,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know. I got talked into putting it in my garage to set it up in the garage, but I'm never gonna set it up. So it's like brand new, and I want to get rid of it. And I've been trying to see if some people will come and take it to sell it, and
There's
nobody
also
has
an org for that one
pulled
too.
up,
Then,
so.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, for appliances.
yeah. Well, I think it's more of it's like my sister's house. I'd have to look up the name to it. My one friend, it's more way on the east side, but she gets like a letter from like the president like every year.
Wow.
Because she donates. She donates a lot of like actual in-house stuff, like furniture and stuff like that. Because again, they are like outfitting these homes
Sure.
for them. So that would be some place that you would take like an appliance that size.
See, if everybody's talking from way
Unless
back
you had a
here,
niece or nephew that
and I'm
needed.
talking way up here, then I sound the loudest. And when I go back to listen, I'm like, oh my gosh, why is that not adjusted?
I'm sorry, I have a
sound so
projectile
loud.
voice anyway, so I thought I was talking loud enough.
Did you hear that,
Right.
Gabe? I want all our voices to sound the same. I don't want to sound the loudest. Anyway, you are doing so much for Arizona, for this local, our poor and our homeless, because you're always donating, you're always taking your stuff there, and you're looking for more, and you're also encouraging others. I mean, that's why we got to be friends. You were telling me about all the good you're doing. I'm like, you sound like you're perfect for the show, and that's what it's about: making new friends and spreading that awareness, because we all get busy, we all get caught up, but it's like, take the time to think of others, and that's what you're doing. And so that's why I was excited about her.
Yeah,
And the
absolutely.
next time you are wanting to donate to somebody or something, make sure you're doing it to a cause that is, really helping, something local like the Phoenix Dream Center, because, I'll be walking down the street and I'll even do it sometimes. I'll give $10 to that guy that's standing on the corner, but then after the fact, I'm like, he might just be going to go buy a 6-pack with that. But if you donate to somewhere like Phoenix Dream Center, that money's getting used for the right cause.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
no mystery.
Yep.
So
That's
I
right.
think it's the best way to, donate back to the cause. Either donating money to a, charity or nonprofit like that, or donating time. I'd say those are the two best ways.
Agreed.
I completely agree.
So you don't only do local stuff. You were telling us
Oh,
that
yes.
you've gotten your daughters into an interesting program.
Yeah, so there is another one for Children's International. So right now we are sponsoring a young girl named Mary for
How
the
old is
whole
she?
year. She's 5. And she speaks English and another foreign language
And she lives where?
in Africa.
Okay.
And so she is going to be getting like a year of our dollar,
Mhm.
so $1 a day for a year, which is going to help towards school supplies, some of her housing stuff. She lives in a family of 4,
Mhm.
and then she lives like in a cement block. Basically, there's not a ton of stuff there, so hopefully they'll be able to give her some stuff. Her birthday's coming up, and I think I missed the deadline to
Her name's
be able.
Mary.
But to send something to Africa, it's going to take like 3 weeks. But I definitely want to send her like a birthday card. And there'll be a pen pal situation where my daughters will get to like have a friend in another country who they get to help out and kind of just like understand and try to, mold them into being caring people who want to do this in their future.
That's so amazing, because it sounds like a good way to teach perspective too, of like really teaching your kids that they have so many things that you guys are helping to send those supplies.
Well,
So,
and it also
A lot
makes
of things
it-
we take for granted.
Yeah, and $1 a day is a huge difference there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that
Yeah.
just tells you, like, puts it totally into perspective.
Yeah.
So
So, and then they also, with this organization too, like you have a different demographic to choose from. they don't out them when they're 18, so they really do try to develop a skill set for them and help them launch, so that they're not so impoverished like when they do become like youth adults and then onto it, you know.
Right, they don't abandon them at 18 like our systems usually do. Yeah.
Hey, I was one of those people, not like literally in the system, but I felt like I was out at like 17, like living in an apartment, riding my bike to high school, then to my job at Walgreens, and then back home, and it was crazy. But at the same time, like we are built this weird society where it's like, hey, you can either help them launch or you know, you kick them out and you see how they do, sink or swim.
Right, right.
But now I think everyone's living with their parents, right? I mean,
well, I think it's amazing that you are showing your kids to help others at such, they are what, 5 and 6?
6 and 8.
6 and 8. So that's really young, and to start them at that age to be caring about others and it's tangible because they see a picture of Mary. They're getting to correspond with Mary and hear about all the good things that she gets to. You know, the food and whatever she's receiving from this $1 a day, that's huge to her. I mean, this is really a big deal. You know, I'm really wanting to spread the word about this. What is it called?
Children's International.
Children's International. Chat, what do you have to say about that?
I just totally agree that anybody who has kids, or even if you don't have kids, it's still an amazing cause to donate to. So.
Chet, I saw something brewing. You were going to say something funny to make that.
No, that's all in your head.
I saw something brewing. But anyway.
So what else do you plan on doing in the future? You've got these 3 big things going on. Do you have your sights set on anything else?
You know, there was a time when I was interested in doing my own nonprofit for autistic youth.
Oh, okay.
Because there is a very, very large number.
It's growing.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
absolutely.
20 years ago it was 1 in 66. Now it's 1 in 44, something like that.
The numbers might even be more than that. Yeah. One of my
What's
siblings.
the reason? Why?
You know, they don't pinpoint anything anymore. Yes. They speculate a lot about certain things. But the point and cause and like the root of all of that, you know, they're never going to just single one thing out, one contributor factor.
Could it be all the chemicals in the food?
It could absolutely be chemicals in the food.
The chemicals
it's probably
food
what
and
it is.
Pesticides.
Forever chemicals.
The chemicals in your skin care and your hair care.
Oh, absolutely.
But once,
you know, what you're putting on your toilet seat.
Yeah.
Well, even our food. Our food is different than it was when we were growing up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even when
everything's
was growing
scented.
Up, it's different.
I mean, what about you're in the this bugs me so bad. You're in a restroom at some restaurant or the mall or wherever you are, and you hear this puff sound, and it's this puff sound of this like air freshener that comes out, and it just reeks of this all chemicals. Like I just get
yeah, and you get neural problems.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh
it's all fake. It's all chemicals, and you can't. You know, you're in your stall. What do? You can't get out of there quickly. So you have to.
You're gonna have a fit when you find out about Febreze.
No kidding. Yeah.
It's a full company. All they do is sell that.
Yeah. Well, it's same with candles too. You definitely have to like look at what kind of. What's one I like? The Joe Malone is a really good fragrance.
Oh, that's a really good one.
And
it's all essential oils.
And they're lower on that toxicity, but they still are up there. And that candle's like $90.
Right.
But you're basically paying to like suck that into your brain because you want that smell. So you have to be very like, okay, let's go soy candles with, you know, the oils like you're saying. Like get it at the farmer's market, you know, those types of things. Don't buy, you know, the big corporate America stuff that's been like, you know,
processed
and they're shaking hands with every lobbyist and FDA person.
Is it called Febreze, that thing that goes puff and this whole, you see this?
Yeah, that's air freshener, Febreze. I mean,
Febreze specific.
You're just discovering Febreze.
Yeah.
I don't buy it. I don't know what it's called, but I just know when I'm at certain, not the places I go to, not my favorite places don't have that. They would never have that. But sometimes I might be at like a cheesecake factory or something and you'll hear the puff. You know.
So what interests you in the autistic community?
Just that they age out of like a schooling and like a center and like somewhere to go. Like there's some really cool establishments. There was the Not Your Typical Deli. That was really cool. They basically employed autistic youth, and they had really good food too. But they now I think are just like a food truck that travels around typically. And then there was one that I saw in Florida. It was a car wash that was really cool. I mean, there's enough car washes here, but it's Sunshine State. Like everybody's gonna want a car
Radisson
wash.
Hotel has a program. I've got a young friend that's in the program and just doing extremely well. He's 18. He's out of high school. It's a work program, trying to figure out what he likes, what he can and can't do. Because there's certain things he can do. There's certain things that he can't do.
It's so nice.
And I think it's every 10 weeks they switch to a different department, so they get to experience all the different aspects of a hotel. And then when they're done, they figure out what they can do the best, and then that's kind of where they.
That's
they
really
go,
neat. Radisson. Okay. Yeah.
So why do you have a family member?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
You don't have to divulge who it is.
Yeah.
but
No, that's fine.
Unless you want
he
to.
just turned 30, and he was working for Grayson. They make dog treats for a long time. But I just feel like that at one point it's just an adult daycare, and it's not like good for their minds, their bodies. And then there's so much on the spectrum. So he's like super social and very developed and very functioning. And there's certain things that he really likes to do more than other things, right?
So how would you know he's autistic? Like what? Like.
Yeah, well, he was diagnosed a very long time ago.
But I mean, what are the characteristics?
Some characteristics. Again, this is just they don't like to be touched, hugged. They have neural like sounds where if they could be like there's too much synergy, too much noise that can affect them, and they can get really antsy from that.
Sometimes they don't recognize facial expressions. They can't tell whether someone's happy or sad. You can show them picture after picture after picture, and they can't tell you what emotion they're going through. They just don't have that ability.
Yeah.
Is it almost a little bit like no emotion?
No.
Oh no, they got plenty of emotion.
No.
Okay.
Joe
Plenty of
hung up on me
passion.
yesterday. I was like, I'm not getting a Christmas tree for a couple of weeks because it's gonna die. Like, and I don't have like a fake
And
one.
he wanted one
And
right
yeah,
now.
he wanted to like go this weekend. I'm like, Joe, we'll go in like a couple of weeks. That way it can live, like, and we'll.
Oh yeah,
decorate
only
it.
have your Christmas tree for about a week. I had a friend whose whole house burned down.
Oh,
Wendy,
goodness.
my friend Wendy. Her best friend last year, their whole house burned down because the tree was like
Too dry.
2 weeks old, too dry, and they went to light the match for the fireplace that was too close, and a little spark went off, and they had to get out of the house. It just blows up.
Okay, no
It blew up the whole
fireplace. I'm
house.
good.
Yeah.
No burning candles in my house either. Pretty solid there.
Yeah, you have to be real. And I'll send you guys the pictures of the because I said I want to send this to my kids so they can see. I'll send it right now.
A little fire
keep
marshal
talking.
bill.
That's right. Right.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Fire marshal.
No, but you so again, I feel like there's just not enough out there for them. Some of the things that he really likes to do is like set the table. I think he'd be good at like that prep work at restaurants before they open.
Right.
And setting the table, and he likes to socialize, but then he gets a little too close. Like he's at that age where he's like, hey, kind of in your face, wants to be your friend. I mean, he has his favorite restaurants that he goes to. Everybody's super nice to him. They know him.
Right.
He walks around. He's
Well,
had
anybody that's not nice to somebody with special needs
bad person.
needs to like go and get some
They need to go
counseling.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Needs to go get some counseling.
Yeah.
That's how I judge if I'm gonna date somebody.
Oh, it's how they act.
I'm friends with somebody that has some special needs, and I watch how people treat this friend of mine.
Yeah.
And then I know.
Yeah.
I have a friend named Jerry, and he is worth all the money in the world, and he's so nice to her, and he is like so special to her. It says a lot about his character.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Here's to Jerry.
So yeah, we'll see if that ever takes off. If I could maybe, I had a business plan written up. I just never launched it.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
Nonprofits are even more work than
Anytime
for-profits.
anytime you also want to have your own business, you're working harder and longer than anybody else.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I'll
then you add
introduce you
all
to a
of the
friend that was on the show a couple weeks ago, and she has a med spa, and she does a lot to help autistic children at a younger age. with some medicines that she. Anyway, we'll talk about it.
So
we'll do a show. Maybe we'll include you.
This is a weird sidebar, but up in Cave Creek, there was a med spa and bar. It's a bar.
Okay.
So you can go in and you can get wine and whiskey and there's a restaurant and everything, but they have a med spa attached. I thought, what a great idea.
So are they giving you like IVs when you need one, or are they
They're
giving you facials?
They're doing facials.
What are they doing?
They're
They
doing
like
Botox.
they're rebalancing you. Yeah, see,
IV while you're drinking.
I know, right?
Multitasking.
Multitasking.
Yeah, that's like Vegas right there. That's
very Vegas.
That's
It
Vegas.
is very Vegas.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could see how that, but it.
So how did you meet your husband? I love the story. Tell everybody. I love it. It's a cool story.
Wait, she was right in the middle of responding to that.
Yeah, but it's just about med spa.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
A driving ticket. Yep, driving ticket. Yep.
So you had a driving ticket, and he had a ticket too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when you get a ticket, and you have to go to one of those classes. Don't
It's
say
8
no,
hours.
because maybe
8
you'll meet your
hours
husband.
sitting with someone.
8
Sitting with a
hours
group of
sitting with
people.
someone.
Well, nowadays you could take like an hour and a half class, like online. You don't have to show up anywhere. Things are much
But you
different.
did show up, and he pulled up,
Yes.
and you guys met.
Yeah.
So hold on, you met during that class, and was he already a DUI attorney?
No, he had just passed, or he just finished law school, and he was just about to take the bar.
Okay.
I shouldn't say DUI attorney because he also does criminal law.
Yeah,
like,
it's
he
all
does, like-
encompassing. It's like
Yeah, criminal law. So he was not a criminal lawyer yet.
nope. He worked at a golf course at like 4 a.m.
So did you ask him out or did
Yes.
he ask you out?
He asked me out. What are you talking about?
You're a pretty bold young lady. I'm not going to make any assumptions.
Did you
Yeah.
sit right next to him and flirt with him, or what happened?
No. I think we started talking over cookies because they had like cookies, and it was like, okay, what's your favorite cookie? And I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, chocolate chip. And he's like, oh, my mom makes the best oatmeal chocolate chip. And I'm like, oatmeal.
How cute! He sounds like such a nerd.
Oh, he's a grown-up skater boy.
Okay.
He really is.
And so have you had these so-called oatmeal chocolate chips?
Oh,
And do you
absolutely.
like
My
them?
kids are basically gorging on them right now.
They're amazing.
Okay, was your class where you guys could vote on if you guys wanted to take more breaks or have a shorter class? Because my last, only one and only class I had.
One of your many
My
driving
last,
classes.
my last class was so annoying.
That's why we Uber, right?
It was during a playoffs game, and everybody. It was like during I don't know. It wasn't World Series. It was during the it was the day of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And literally, everybody voted to like go check on the game and have more breaks. I'm like, what?
No,
Just
that's
take
lame.
care of this, and then
Let's
we
get
say
out.
goodbye.
That's right.
So it lasted so long. Anyway.
No, this lasted like the full amount of time, and I think the biggest takeaway was like the driving like crash video that they like make you watch.
Red
As like a
asphalt
scare- it's
is
like
what
a-
they used to make
I
us
love that
watch.
part.
It's like as like a scare tactic.
But
Like,
I
love
scared
that, 'cause
straight, like look what could happen.
But I love
and
that.
it's like
'cause
a
then you
semi taking out like a small like
I feel like you pay
car,
more attention
like, I can't
to
even
the
think of a
driving
car right
when you
now.
see that. I like that part.
like a Prius. There you go.
'Cause you
Like
don't
something
really-
tiny.
Right?
Taking out a Prius, why do you have to make it a happy story?
Oh, come on.
You sound like you drive like a big truck.
That was a joke. Just making fun of the stereotype that Priuses are annoying
Okay, show us some
drivers.
comedy. You do stand-up
show
comedy.
some comedy.
He's a little comedy. Show us
Well, you
some
just
comedy.
stepped on that
You do some
joke pretty
comedy.
hard, so that was funny timing.
Well, it's funny though, talking about like actually Ubers and stuff. Has anybody done the Waymo, the Jaguar one yet?
I won't do them. I don't want to support, something
AI?
that's...
You don't want to
it's
support a robot?
Well, it's replacing human jobs. It really is.
I don't know.
They
And-
took your jobs. Yeah, I know.
So what are you saying? You're saying the one that has no driver?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's,
I would
but it's
do
a
it.
Jaguar, and you got to ride my Jag on the way over here. So.
That was
Pretty
amazing.
easy.
I would take one.
Deluxe.
I would take one. I think human error is bigger than what a machine would do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the whole entire system for the automated ones could all collapse at once, and then the whole entire system
firewall.
would be vulnerable.
Oh, let's not worry about that. If you get in,
Oh yeah, we shouldn't worry about
Well, that's just
the
like
structure of society crumbling all based on one
I
Yeah,
don't know
computer
what you're
system.
talking
Why
about,
would we
Chad.
worry about
I
it?
love our new overlords.
Yeah, I mean, but if you think about it, you just can't take it with you 100 years from now. I mean, yeah, I mean,
Cheers.
I'm a big fan of Terminator. Yes, I could see some of that stuff definitely happening. Where robots are coming in and doing stuff. I mean, we've already moved
We
so
already
far.
have that.
We've moved so far, like medically, technology wise,
Thank
to
you.
be able to, endoscopies and colonoscopies and all these things that people need.
They don't have to cut open your body.
Yeah,
They can just,
go
in
in
with a machine.
and yep.
Well,
But right now, there's still a doctor operating that machine. I will never want to choose, or I will never elect to have a robot doctor
you're not going to have a Waymo
operate that
medical
machine.
procedure.
You're not
get
gonna
in
have
the
a Jaguar.
car. No, but
And they can replace
No,
your
but we're
hip as
right
you're
around
on
the
way to
corner
the
from.
show.
We're right around the corner from every job potentially being automated.
Well-
And if you don't know that, then you don't understand how advanced AI is right now.
Then you have to also work on your skill sets, then, bud.
Oh, I like that.
You're gonna
Such
have
as.
I mean, things that aren't tangible like that, like where it's like, okay,
Mhm.
relationship managers, like building relationships with people. You're not going to be able to automate that. Like having a network and social engineering, like us meeting
agree.
randomly.
I
No,
know.
You're
they're
not gonna-
automating
look
therapy.
how we
Therapy
bonded.
is automated now.
Nobody
Which is
could
similar thing.
duplicate this. The way we bonded. Look at this bond.
All forms of art are now automated. There's AI generated music.
There is
AI
some real, yeah, and you know
generated
what? And they're
videos.
they're
But hold
trying to
on.
patent a lot
Every
of that
single
stuff,
job.
too.
Okay, but there's something good about that.
The most skilled jobs in society. So
Have
that's an
you
ignorant
heard-
statement.
Hold on. I'm gonna
If you
take
don't
that
think
here.
musicians are skilled, then
They are very much skilled, and they are doing stuff
Hold
for
on.
copyright.
just so
protect
you can
themselves.
train an AI to
new
learn
Beatles
every
song.
instrument in less time
It's
it
all
would take
done
a
by
human
AI.
to learn master one instrument. So how are you supposed
Okay.
to compete with that?
True.
Chet, hold on. There's a new AI
Work on
song
your skills?
that the Beatles.
No.
Okay, hold on.
There's no way to compete
Everybody,
with that.
silence.
You want to have both engine talk?
There's a new AI song that the Beatles reconstructed. That
You mean
John
that
Lennon.
the AI reconstructed, you mean?
Yes, yes.
The Beatles are most of
I'm
them
not
are
saying
dead.
you don't have a point. It's just that
Yes.
it's that part. A lot of it is pretty far off. I don't know how old you are, but I mean, nobody's going like
in his
with a
20s.
U-Haul behind their hearse. Like you really just can't take it with you. So like you make the best out of what you can, and the
Oh, well,
quality of
I'm
life
in
that
music.
you have.
I'm in music production, and I've been in it for 7 years. And the advancements in AI, for somebody who hasn't started it yet, they're already screwed. They already have zero chance. So think of that. People like your kids, if they want to become music producers, they're gonna have zero chance if they have to compete with AI that's available right now.
That's kind of like the influencers too that are animated. They're completely animated, and they're making way more money than my husband.
But they're
and
not
I
making a
have
real
to
product.
No,
The
they
AI
aren't.
artists will be
That's
making
true.
real art. And so that's just
It's
the
competition.
but it's something that you won't be able to compete with because it can learn thousands of times faster than humans.
Yeah,
So
but
it's-
in the Fifth Element, wouldn't I just want to hit the button and some fried chicken come out?
I don't know,
Or
but
like
it's
put
something.
on that makeup mask.
But here's the
But
thing.
realistically,
with
it's
AI.
something if we don't regulate, every
We have
single
to
job,
regulate.
every
Yeah, it
single
will get
job is going to be
regulated.
under threat.
But it's also
And already is.
garbage in, garbage out. The AI is only as good as the people who programmed it.
True. The coders
and,
and
and,
that's
and the
true.
data
See,
that
that's a
it's
skill set,
that it's,
like having that coding ability,
right.
and doing.
There's
back end or front end.
all sorts
That's
of
true.
like
That's true.
That's the
I'm a
people I
leadership
recruit for.
coach, right? That's what I do for a living.
Yes.
There are plenty of new AI programs. There's all sorts of stuff, and I think that's good because I think people need it. I think that will give what I do people who need it more and who can't afford it. It'll give them more access. But I'm going to be coaching the people who write the AI. I'm going to be coaching the people who run the AI. Like it's just changing the.
Well, the point you make is accurate that it is just a tool, but a person using a tool for the wrong reasons can be very
Destructive.
devious, especially if the tool is extremely powerful.
Absolutely.
So all it takes right now is basically
The dark
somebody who
side.
wants to utilize AI to become successful for the wrong reasons. All they have to do is know how to use that AI.
Agreed.
So right now, let's continue using music production because it's the one I've thought about the most because it's my job that's under threat. But somebody could literally come through and use the right AI, the right tool to create songs that are totally based off of replicating a few certain acts. Like you could have the AI analyze songs from the Beatles, the Rolling Stones.
That already
Analyze all the
happened.
top #1 songs and create a new #1 song.
Exactly.
Craft work, like
But
all
then
of
it
it is
would
electronic anyways.
And
like,
so it shows the person has zero skill. All they know how to use is the tool, and there could be massive ramifications from it. And so it goes to show you if the tool isn't regulated, a lot of people's jobs and very skilled people who would have been musicians and creative people they just aren't even going to want to be able to, they're not even going to want to go into it because they're competing against something they cannot beat.
But hold on.
Individualism,
if you can't beat it, join him. Why would you not?
But if you're passionate about
something. Hold on. But why can't you try to do an AI song and see how it turns out?
Because isn't part of the human experience doing stuff? That's the whole point. If we don't regulate stuff, humans are not going to be doing anything.
I think what you're going to find, though, is
we're just going to be using a tool.
We're going to see more and more niche type things. We're going to see AI is going to take care of like the broad general stuff, but it's going to be a long time before AI is going to be hitting these niche industries or niche jobs.
Well, a song was just nominated for a Grammy that AI created.
Okay.
What song?
It was that Weekend remix, but that the vocals were AI generated. But the Grammys said that they were still gonna basically allow it to be nominated because a human wrote the lyrics.
Right.
But AI took the actual sound out of Weekend songs and recreated that.
Well, and there's going to be a place for that, but then the Grammys may have to evolve and change, and then the Grammys might not be as important as they are.
But it's also a nomination that could have gone to a person who actually recorded and sang that live, which is what my whole point is.
Right. Well, and
it's a great point.
And you're saying the same.
The awareness is important.
It is,
and it's something we've talked about on this show before. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. We
love talking
about it. But it's just a really big issue that nobody talks about.
So can your husband find some criminal activity with this? With your deed?
Yeah, no. But like you said, it has to be regulated to a point where...
What do you mean, no? Of course it's criminal if they're trying to...
It's not criminal until they write bills about it, until they pass laws about it. It's not criminal. You have to have a law about something to criminalize.
Exactly, and both sides have so far basically just given the green light to AI basically becoming as powerful as possible. Like, I remember... back in like 2016 or 17, they allowed for AI to start being implemented in the trucks. Like, I think by like 2026, all of the trucks in the United States are going to be powered by AI drivers. So that's like 3 million jobs right there down the tubes.
Okay, hold on. I yesterday met with the founder of Swift. So let's do a show with him and see what's happening with that.
His thoughts on it.
See his thoughts.
There was another industrial trucking company who bankrupt or went belly up, and they were basically expediting all of their stuff. And like one of my brothers is a truck driver, so like that would be one time for him to like capitalize on some of this inventory and stuff of those things. I can't remember what name it was. It was like a yellow one, but they would definitely be someone that you'd want to talk to. But I mean, it's kind of like with the cars and electronics, like. I had my car in the shop and I got like a brand new Honda to like drive around before they had my car in the shop. And I love a Honda. I had a Honda for like 10 years. It was my favorite car. And literally it was like so high tech. It was like wouldn't let me hit a lane even though I had my blinker on, and I was like going over the line, and it was like adjusting me, and I was like, stop trying to control me, I'm driving here. And it was like safety brake.
So
like,
true. I love that.
And so like the technology is slowly trying to take over and take out like that human error. But I think there's a part where it does override. Like, it definitely overrides that time where it's just like,
because I have
who's operating here?
And see, something like that, it's a little bit of help. That makes sense. But totally giving all control that scary. Doesn't make sense.
Okay, so hold on. No matter what happens in this world with the AI and these cars that are, no drivers, I'm going to be driving my Porsches because I love to drive. Vroom, vroom, vroom. So you guys can all be the followers. I'm going to be the leader. Let's be leaders. We're here saving the planet.
One show at a time.
But it's not over. How many minutes do we have, Gabe?
We have 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
It says right there.
This is such great content because I think that everybody has to think about. A lot of people just like go on with their routine and their daily life.
Well, a lot of people just order the Waymo and they don't even think about if they're giving the money to a driver or if they're giving the money to the big corporation who's investing in the AI. And so every single decision we have, we can choose to support, small local business and people who are doing jobs, or we can choose to support big corporations who don't have the little guy in mind. Every single dollar we spend, we can choose to do one of those two things.
And that's how we're being caring about the planet, because we're being good to society, we're being good to each other by paying attention to where we're spending our dollar. right?
Yep. Voting with your dollar.
And it's like how so many people will complain about Jeff Bezos being all evil, but then they go home to their Amazon Prime and order 5 things.
I have never ordered from Amazon. Yay!
That's actually, that is
I've
awesome.
Never.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome. I've never ordered from Amazon. So, because I know it's not good for
I try to go into local stores and buy stuff as much as I can. The only time I'll buy something online is if I can't get it in
if
the
you
store.
can't find it. And here's another thing too, though. If you do shop Amazon, you're not always gonna get the leaser price. You could find it somewhere cheaper in house, because a lot of Amazon was built on people just selling. It was like an eBay platform where like they were basically, you know, and they have all their ratings, and so they're buying stuff and marking it up and selling it. So you're not always getting the best price. You're you know, filling somebody else's pockets, and then you're, you know, destroying the economy because of how much they traffic everything everywhere.
When you're shopping local, when you're shopping American, and you're shopping with the little local business,
The boutiques.
you are really helping our planet and each other. I mean, there's no question about it. And you know, right now with all that's going on, we have to really be pro-America and speak pro-America and shop local and support American products and not be shopping, you know,
And donating.
being donating.
Being able to pass on what
Yes,
you're
giving
not
back.
like what you're actually not gonna get use out of anymore. Getting rid of that. Like, it doesn't need to collect dust. And like, why even try to like resell it? Like, nobody wants that plastic dollhouse. It's indestructible, but nobody wants it.
Well, you're helping others
the
so much.
32-inch pants that I have, I'm never going
Oh,
to
right? No, that's
never
like
gonna
the old tried and true where they're like, I'll lose weight for it. And it's like, no,
you're not.
buy what you can wear now
Wine is
and
too
feel good.
delicious for that to happen.
Well, actually, our intern right here, Owen, recently came over and I said, I need help to go through my stuff to minimize and to help others. I want to donate a lot of my clothes, and I'm just going to show you stuff and just like, you know, just when you give it the veto, I'm going to get rid of it. That's it. You know, I gave my daughter, I said, do you want to get any of this stuff? No. And I said, well, that's good because you have enough. And so you helped me get rid of, like, how many containers did we get rid of?
It was like 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, big boxes, big. And I'm going to keep doing that because, you know, it's just sitting there and I say, oh, I'm going to wear that.
Your clothes are nice though. I would sell those. That's just burning money.
She could take them to the consignment stores, like little, like what, Sister's Closets. But even then, they're kind of bougie at those places. It could be outdated,
No,
off
I feel good
seasonal.
about giving back. I
Yeah.
feel good.
Right, you take
There's
it
somebody
there,
at
so you got
Goodwill right now
somebody
putting on a
goes-
Burberry jacket. Like, wow.
But you go to some like Nourish and you donate something like that, and then there's somebody out there looking for a job who's never had a nice
And
jacket
interviews, yeah.
and has to go on an interview. All of a sudden has a beautiful piece that they would have
Yes.
never been able to find or afford. That's what I like about the local, especially with what the organizations that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I've liked to support.
Let's go
So
conservative
something
with people
else
I've
that's
never met before.
Really cool is another way that she's sustainable, Mikey, is she's doing a lot of cooking. And you know, if you think about it, if you like are sending in Uber Eats, you're sending
I've never done it. So you've never done Amazon? I've never done DoorDash.
I've
or
never
Uber
done it
Eats.
either. I'm just throwing it out
I'm
there.
actually too paranoid that like
Look.
they're gonna taint my food.
Oh, the only reason why I don't do it.
I had that happen to me one time, so you actually do have a reasonable fear.
I was at a friend's house and they ordered pizza. Owen knows the story. And they ordered pizza. And we were all 110% sure that the Uber driver opened up the box and picked out like some pepperonis that were missing. You could see the missing chunks of like the
Little dirty
pepperonis.
fingers,
Oh,
just
thank
like
you.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes,
So the
he
pizza
did.
box was not stuck shut?
No.
So that's 100% on the pizza place. Every place, when they send out a pizza for delivery, they
Oh no, it was all like closed up and whatever, but it had been opened. And I said red flag, but this person's like very like, oh, don't worry about it, you know, like, oh, don't worry about it. Opens it up, and I'm like,
there's
no.
a pube on that pizza. I ordered it with the
it's
hairs.
like the movie Waiting. Oh, no.
I ordered extra
No,
hair,
no,
actually.
So there were literally pieces of sausage missing. There was no sausage or pepperoni on it, and there were all these missing spots. And I said,
That Uber driver's sausage was on it.
Well, they take a slice out and then they reshape the circle.
That's right.
God,
Isn't this supposed to have 8 slices instead of 7? Like, that doesn't make sense.
anyway, I don't do the Uber Eats.
Okay, good.
I
Me neither.
don't do any of that stuff. If you think about it, you've got this driver that's coming there. Just cook something.
Well, they're also
Go in your
taking away
fridge.
from that shop. They're taking away from wherever you bought it from. They get a percentage of that pie. Everybody
See,
wants.
now when it's
Everybody
AI,
wants to live in the
the
cookie
AI
jar.
won't eat your pizza.
But can
Sorry,
they
Chad.
get it there hot and ready?
That was funny.
It needs to be hot and ready though.
I'll allow it because it was funny.
I'll allow it because it was funny. The only reason.
What are we drinking? It's really good.
It's La Crema, which is one of my favorite
He says it in a
Geyserville.
French.
La
La
Crema.
I know.
And they're they're American, so that's probably La Crema. But it's in Geyserville. It's right down the street from our friends at Mercury Wine.
Well, that was a great show. A lot of fun. I think we're about wrapping it up. But
Can we all say, let's start with Martin. What are you thankful for? Because we just had Thanksgiving. We just had Thanksgiving.
I'm thankful for everything. Life is good.
I
End
love
of
it.
story.
So everything.
Everything.
Okay.
I
Chet, your turn.
wouldn't change a thing.
I would
are
have
you
to
thankful
say
for?
I am thankful for having a fully functioning body, and I'll take full appreciation of that by working out every day. I think not enough people appreciate
days
their
off.
health, and if you have the ability to, you should be working out every day.
I love it.
So is it legs
All
or
right.
arms day today?
Yeah.
I hit full body every day.
I love it.
All right, Mikey. What are your favorites? What you're grateful
I'm
for?
thankful for my family's health, our health, just where we're at in life and everything. Just I can't be more grateful for that.
All right, Kinga. Last but certainly not least, what are you grateful for?
Thank you. I am grateful for love,
Mm-hmm.
life, health, wealth, and every day making a difference.
Beautiful.
I thought you were doing the YMCA.
I'm
I did kind of have a
That's fun
YMCA
to say.
story.
All right, we are out of here in the green room. Green, Deep Chetty. Yes is more fun. We're out of here.
That was fun.